get started, I will be using 5 French bread rolls. These are called pain where I get them from, but it's basically French bread rolls, and 1 hot dog bun that needs to be used. Ultimately, I'm using around 14 ounces of bread. Now you can cut it with a knife, use your kitchen shears, or you can do what I like to do, which is very convenient, rip it with your hands. So I'm just going to rip this into pieces, and I will be baking this in an oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for around 15 to 20 minutes, or until my bread is toasty, crispy, and golden brown. Okay, so while that is toasting in the oven, I am going to work on my syrup. So here I have a pot with 5 cups of water. To that I will add 4 small cinnamon sticks. And then next, I'm also going to be adding 1 vanilla bean pod, and I will scrape the inside for the caviar as well, and I'm adding that to the pot. And basically, this is what I'm using. So you don't have to use vanilla bean. You can definitely use vanilla extract and add it later when you're putting the bread pudding together. But if you get a chance, use vanilla bean. Basically what I'm doing is making this delicious, flavorful syrup. I'm also going to be adding 7 whole cloves into the mix. And again, the ratios of cinnamon, vanilla, cloves, it's up to you. Add more or add less. Now I'm going to add a half teaspoon of ground anise. This is basically a seed that I like to boil for tea, and I did not have the seeds, so I'm just using the ground version of this. But in the description, I normally add 1 tablespoon of anise seeds to this. I'm also going to add 1 8-ounce cone of Piloncillio. This is a brown cane sugar. It's very hard, so you want to dissolve it in the water. And if you can't find Piloncillio, you can definitely use dark brown sugar. Use 8 ounces. So I'm going to put this on a medium-high heat. I'm going to bring it to a boil and dissolve the Piloncillio. And once the Piloncillio is dissolved and you zhuzh it around, then I'm going to let everything steep for 15 minutes. So right now it's at a gentle boil. It's not a hard boil. And if you do find that it's too high, lower it, because this is sugar and you don't want it to burn. Okay, so everything is combined. It's steeped. I let it steep and simmer for around 15 minutes. And now what I'm going to do is basically strain everything. And I ended up with around 4 cups of the syrup. It's actually around 4.5 cups, but at least 4 cups. Okay, now I'm going to go over the other ingredients that I'm using, which again, you can use what you like. I have 1 ripe banana that needs to be used, so that is going into this bread pudding. I also have 2 apples that need to be used. These are 2 small apples. 1 7-ounce bag of shredded sweetened coconut. Again, if you don't like coconut, you don't have to use it. I'm also using the rest of a box of raisins that I had. This is around a 1/3 cup, or maybe like 2 ounces. Again, if you like more raisins, add more if you have it. I also had some leftover roasted pumpkin seeds that I used in another recipe a couple weeks ago. I am going to toss that in there. This is around a 1/3 cup. You can definitely add the nut of your choice. I'm also going to add 1 8-ounce can of crushed pineapple, and this comes in its natural juices. It's not a sweetened syrup. I'm also using around 5 to 6 ounces of asadero cheese. Use the cheese of your choice. This is what I had to use in my refrigerator, and it's just deli sliced. And you also can exclude the cheese if you find that a weird ingredient, but I love cheese in capirotada. Okay, so before I combine everything, I am going to saute my apples. You can definitely leave them raw if you want more of a crunch, but I'm going to saute them just for a couple of minutes to get them started. I want them to ultimately soften. So here I have melted 2 tablespoons of butter, about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, adding a pinch of salt, and now I'm going to saute them for around 5 minutes. Okay, once my apples are done sauteing, I am ready to combine everything together. Okay, so now that everything is combined, I am going to put it in a buttered 8 by 8 baking dish. You can use a 9 by 9 square baking dish. You can definitely double this recipe and add it to a 9 by 13 baking dish, but I don't have a lot of people to feed, and I was just trying to rid of small amounts of ingredients to put in this capirotada. So again, if you don't have all of these ingredients, you can just do cheese, raisin, make the syrup, and have your bread, and you're good to go. It is definitely up to you. So I'm going to pat this and press this into my baking dish. It actually looks like it might overflow, but I'm going to see if it works. Now I'm going to add around 2 tablespoons of just little pats of butter on the top. And then I will be covering this with aluminum foil, and I am going to bake this in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 45 minutes. Then I'm going to uncover it and continue baking for an additional 15 to 20. Be sure to check the description below this video for all the ingredients and measurements used in this recipe. Okay, just to be safe, I'm going to place my baking dish on top of a baking sheet just in case there's any spillage or anything. I don't want it to burn in my oven. So I'm going to place this right into my oven and bake it until everything is set and golden brown. So my capirotada is done, and the house, as usual, smells so good. So you definitely want to let this set for around 15 to 30 minutes before serving, but I'm going to go ahead and dig in just to show you what it looks like. But I love these crispy edges, the golden brown top, and the soft center. It is so delicious. So you definitely can serve small portions, big portions, and the ingredients are completely up to you. Add what you like and take away what you don't like. So I hope you guys give this recipe a try. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.